Hey everybody! So we're here for another episode on the Mad Miner server with me, Sophie. It's about 10 a.m. here and snowing really hard outside. So I've got my water and I've got my tea and I'm ready to play some Minecraft. And we've got some more grinding to do today. I know we've been doing that a lot. But for starters, I thought we would take a look at the interior of our new starter base. So for those of you who actually watched to the end of my last video, you may have caught a little teaser at the end credits of the interior. I took a screenshot when I was working on it and decided to kind of use that like a little teaser and include it in the end of the episode. But I've got my crafting bench, my smithing table, which we'll need here in the near future, grindstone and a cartographer table. Luckily, I stole a brewing stand from that village over there, so we've got one of those. Still don't have any blaze rods yet, but we will in the near future when we head into the nether. But I'm not, not really rushing, trying to do things at my own pace and try and do things in the order that I want to get them completed. Um, we've got some storage back here. I did kind of organize it a little bit better than the chests I had out in the yard that were just kind of thrown around. I've got some pictures and paintings up here. I built this little balcony here, so you can kind of stare out the windows a little bit. You can also have access to this little balcony here on the back of the build, and it overlooks that mountain there, or probably more of a hill. It is kind of a mountain, but it's more of an extreme hill. And then up here, we have our bedroom area, and we have our enchantment area. So all I'm going to do today is I'm going to grind until I have enough diamonds, at least for a full set of diamond tools. I'm hoping to get enough diamonds for a full diamond set of armor and then a diamond set of tools. But if I don't get that far, that's fine too. I at least want to get some really decent tools on my hotbar because we have a lot of terraforming and a lot of building to do in the future. Sun's going down there. Let's go to bed. Also, I forgot to add, you'll notice I added a secondary level to our fireplace for a little aesthetics, a little atmosphere. And we've got this little geometric shaped rug here, which I think's really neat. But yeah, I'm rambling now. So we're actually going to just head down and see if we can find any new caves with diamonds. We may end up doing some branch mining. I haven't really quite decided, but we'll cross that bridge when we get to it. I really hope everyone's having a really awesome day, and yeah, we'll get into some shenanigans. Alrighty, everybody. So we did about 2.5 hours down in the caves, caving. And I came back up with 22 diamonds with my Fortune 3 pickaxe. And we now have almost a full set of diamond armor and almost a full set of diamond tools. Hey, everybody. It's me, Sophie, from the future. A couple of days in the future. Sorry about the quick cut there. A lot's happened in the last couple of days. Unfortunately, I tried to go into the nether to gain some experience. You'll see we have a crazy roommate now. But we'll get to that momentarily. So I was in the nether
trying to gather some experience, and I fell through a hole and died. And then I was stuck in this like weird sort of like death loop where like I just kept dying in random scenarios trying to gather XP. It was a bad time. So I logged off for a few hours, took some time to myself, and then decided to come back, and we've completed our set of diamond tools here and our set of diamond armor. Unfortunately, in that accident I had in the Nether, I lost my first diamond pickaxe, which I'm super disappointed about. But we live and we learn, or I should say we respawn and we learn, I guess. And now I have this nice silk touch, this silky boy here. I'm hoping to get another fortune one soon, but because of my little death loop that kept happening, I decided to abscond with or run away with one of the villagers from the village that's over there in the distance. I used a boat part of the way. I used a minecart the rest of the way. I figured I'd show you folks some of those shenanigans while I talk about it a little bit. I cornered what was the blacksmith. I got him in a boat, and I rode him over to where I had a minecart to get him up onto this hill. And then once he was up on the hill, I boated him across the hill with me, and then we rode down the side of the hill to where I had a length of minecart hooked up that rode him the rest of the way up and into our starter base. And then once we were up here in the starter base, it was all just a matter of time. All I had to do was kind of wait for the villager to link to my bed up in the second area. He really didn't have any issues getting up and down the stairs. He was kind of flailing around a bit. He did go out onto the porch for a second, which kind of scared me. But they must have updated villager AI or something. I'm not sure, because he didn't try and jump or fall. When he realized he didn't have anywhere to go, he just turned back around and went back into the building, which worked out for me. I was a little concerned he was going to end up offing himself or something. But yeah, once I got him up onto the second floor and linked to the bed, I added some fence gates. That way he can't go back downstairs, and he's kind of sequestered up to the second level. That way he's a little bit safer. I may put glass in or more fences on the windows. Not that he can get in, but I am a little concerned about spiders getting in. But the roof should be all lit up. Getting off on a tangent now. But while we were hanging out on the second floor of my starter base, I spent probably about an hour and a half using a sticky piston and moving the lectern back and forth, which is called rolling the villager trades, which most people aren't aware that you can use a sticky piston to move most of the workstations, or all the workstations rather, back and forth. And it links and unlinks them from that workstation. And as long as that's the only workstation around them, they will try to relink to that once it's stationary again. And then it either gives them the same trade they had before, or it gives them a new trade. I did that back and forth for about an hour and a half. And then finally, he landed on a mending trade with a paper trade before it. I'm not too psyched about the 34 emeralds. Mindy here is our mending villager, and I'm really excited to have them here in the base, our little starter base, because now once we have some good enchantments on our tools, we're going to add mending to all of them. Mending to all the armor, mending to all the tools, and then we won't have to worry about them degrading, because once they get down low, we can just use experience to patch them back up again. But what we're going to do now is we're going to hop into the nether, and I'm going to go nether quartz mining, and I'm going to kill some mobs. I'm going to try and find a way over to the warp forest and kill some endermen. If not, I will just grind away until I have enough levels to get us to where we need to be. And yeah, we'll just keep on trucking on this crazy journey. And I hope everyone is having an awesome time.
So it was getting frustrating. Felt like I was never going to reach the levels I needed. And then I remembered I play on an SMP. So I have server mates. I have some pretty great server mates, actually. But I contacted Coop. He's one of my server mates, and I went and visited him and Nana on their Mushroom Island, and he let me use his XP farm, which is like a furnace auto smelter XP farm. And that got me up above the levels I needed. I came back to my swamp and I started enchanting gear. Rather than like go through that live, I just recorded me doing my enchanting and figured I would just talk through it. I'm a little disappointed that I didn't get a fortune pickaxe yet. I did end up grindstoning off the silk touch off my first pickaxe and then re-enchanting that and getting Unbreaking 3 Efficiency 3 on it, which isn't horrible. And then I have a brand spanking new pickaxe with Silk Touch and Efficiency 4 and Unbreaking 3 on it. And I enchanted all of my other gear. My armor is pretty well set. I do need to get Unbreaking and some other enchantments on the boots and Unbreaking on the leggings. And I need to get a couple more enchants on the helmet, and obviously I need to get mending on everything. And then the next step's going to be netherite. But I'm pretty glad with the progress that I've made so far. I figured because this is a diamond-centric episode, what we would do is I would go down into the mines now, or down into the caves rather, to about negative 57 and see if I can get some diamonds by branch mining. I did 2.5 hours of exploring in the caves and came back with about half a stack of diamonds. And I'm hoping to do about 2.5 hours of branch mining, and I'm hoping to find about the same amount of diamonds. But as soon as I have those numbers, we'll come back in and we'll wrap everything up and just kind of talk about what the differences were. Alrighty, everybody. So I cut our little experiment short. I only ended up branch mining for half an hour, but that's also because I found 13 separate ore veins or diamond ore blocks in only 30 minutes of branch mining. So if I had kept branch mining for the entire 2.5 hours like I did exploring and finding diamonds, chances are I would come away with far more diamonds. This is theoretically. Theoretically, I would come away with more diamonds if I still had my Fortune 3 pickaxe, like I did when I found the first 32 diamonds to make my first set of tools and armor. If I had that, with those 13 ore blocks, I would probably be at about half a stack of diamonds, if not over. So I'm calling that good, because if I had the proper pickaxe, I'd have already half a stack in 30 minutes, so if I went the full 2.5 hours, I would have probably way over what I had found exploring in caves. I feel like branch mining for diamonds or exploring for diamonds are about as equal. If you're an explorer and you like exploring caves, find your diamonds that way. Make sure that you're sticking between like negative 30 and negative 50 or negative 55 where the lava lakes start, and you should find a decent amount of diamonds. If you're a branch miner and you don't mind coming away with tons and tons of deep slate, and I mean tons, because the new ore generation, you're not going to find much down at negative 55 other than diamonds, some gold, and some other things, but the other ores are so spread apart that you're going to go a long ways just with deep slate until you find diamond ores. But when you do find those diamond ores, you are going to find greater numbers clustered together than if you're just exploring in an open air cave. I did try a third way of looking for diamonds, which was actually suggested by Maddie. Mad Maddie, one of my server mates, our admin, or one of our admins actually, because of diamond ore generation, like we had talked, and air exposure, she had suggested doing underwater cave diving for diamonds. So I tried that now that I have a Respiration 3 helmet, and I managed to find 5 diamond ore veins
Literally in the second cave I dove down into, I found 5 stone diamond ore veins, which I silk touched up and brought back with me as well. I only did that. I only cave dived twice in the 2 different caves because I don't have any underwater potions. So I was being a little risky, but I wanted to see if there was any validity to underwater cave diving. And I have a feeling that if you have the underwater breathing potions and you want to go through the hassle of diving down into underwater caves, you probably can come away with a lot more diamonds that way than branch mining or exploring and just finding your diamonds that way. But really, it all boils down to personal preference, which is pretty much the whole thing when it comes to Minecraft in general. And yeah, I honestly think that's a little beautiful. So we're going to wrap it up today. As you can see, I am now fully kitted out with diamonds. I have some pretty decent tools, so we'll be able to get into some major builds or laying the groundwork for some major builds in the next episode. And we'll be able to figure out what our game plan is, because I have some big things planned, and we have a lot of shenanigans planned here on the Mad Miner server. And I really hope you folks enjoyed this episode. If you did and you want to see more, please feel free to subscribe. If not, that's cool too. If you want to give us a like, or if you have any comments, good or bad, leave them down below. But either way, I really hope that you folks have a wonderful day and a beautiful tomorrow, and we will see you in the next video.